Hey nostrils, Dr. Magnificent here. Welcome back to the Nashville Nose. Time for another off the cuffer. You're gonna get my first reaction to a fragrance that I've been very curious about for a while. I have no idea what it smells like. I've never even been around anyone who's ever worn it. It's one you don't hear a lot about because it's discontinued, but I did find it on fragrancebuy.ca. Not a sponsor. It's from the house of Narciso Rodriguez, simply called For Him. But of course, you know my philosophy on that. Doesn't mean it has to be just for a him. If you really love it, regardless of who you are, then wear it, regardless of what it says on the label. I'm really excited to try this one though, because it is created by the man, the myth, the legend, the god, Francis Kirkjohn! Ever heard of him? Well, if you've been following my channel, you've probably heard his name a ton. You know how I feel about Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male, and how much I love his own brand, Maison Francis Kirkjohn. He's also the new creative director at Dior. Can't wait to see what Dior produces with him at the helm. There actually is a Narciso Rodriguez scent called For Her, which I haven't smelled yet. Kirkjohn is also the nose behind that one. But For Him gets a lot of online praise, so I was curious. I'm going into it feeling pretty confident on this blind buy. Let's cut the sucker open. Pretty simple box, nothing too fancy, but it's got this coating on it, and it's also kind of textured. It's an eau de toilette, so don't have the highest hopes as far as performance goes, but we'll see. It's got a nice thick glass bottle. There's a pretty serious gap between the reservoir that holds the juice and the outside of the glass here. It's very sleek, simple. This rectangular cap here kind of reminds me of the bottle presentation for Dolce & Gabbana's The One. But it looks like a pretty quality bottle. I like it. I like the presentation. The letters rub off real easy though. Uh-oh. I don't know what's up with that. Ooh. The letters are literally falling off. I just lightly brushed it. Oh, that... okay. Well, other than the letters are falling off, it's a nice presentation. Oh, why is the cap so hard to take off? Oh, I gotta twist it. There we go. Oh, ooh, the atomizer on here is like kind of got a bit of a hue to it. Or it could just be the lighting in here. I don't know. Nope, yep, it's the lighting. Sorry. It's just got a kind of a dark, almost space gray-like tone on the atomizer, but yeah, it works well with the presentation. I kind of like the color here. It looks like the bottle is painted on the inside where the juice is, which is actually really good because it restricts the amount of light that actually hits the juice itself. I always prefer bottles that are opaque just for that reason. But yeah, there we go. There's the presentation. There's the plastic cap. That's really looks like a Lego kind of or something. Let's just smell it. Got a nice atomizer on there. Ooh, got some pressure. Something's in the air. I don't know if it's good or bad, but something smells different. What? Oh, this is weird. Oh, that's different. I kind of like it. Oh, man. Okay, this is extremely, masculine leaning. That is something. I don't think I've ever smelled anything like this. This is crazy. I like it though. That's really unique. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. It gives me a little bit of vegetal vibes off the top. Kind of smells green and very, very woody. There's a lot of, smells like there's a lot of very unique woods in here. You know what this reminds me a little bit of is, it reminds me of the kind of melancholy and masculine and bold and different and unique vibe of Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite. Doesn't really smell the same, even though the presentation is kind of giving off that gray, I don't know, feeling. Doesn't smell similar though. This is much more dark. We got to look at the notes because I'm kind of dumbfounded here. Okay, according to Fragrantica, it says that it's ozonic, musky, it's got patchouli, slightly aquatic, a little bit powdery, woodsy. What the? There's only 4 notes listed here. Violet leaf, musk, patchouli, and amber. Smells like a lot more complexity than that. But I suppose this could be a type of patchouli, and I guess the violet leaf together, the two of them are providing that green earthiness. God, this is something. Wow. Oh, this is actually a pretty good review. Someone said, rain autumn nostalgia comes to mind. Okay, I can see that. I can understand if it wasn't a very big seller and maybe that's why it's discontinued. But wow. Leave it to Francis Kirkjohn to come up with something really off the wall. All right, the opening is pretty cool. I really dig that. I think if you really like the smell of plants, it's kind of dirty, musky, and I guess the amber just kind of rounds it out. Let's see if there's a website where they list all the notes. Nope. Nowhere else to find notes. It's discontinued, so it's not on the website. Well, besides Fragrantica, also on some of the other websites like Base Notes, they're all saying kind of the same thing, that it's just a really good take on patchouli. But I like it. I mean, I like things like Noir Anthracite, which is one that totally bombed when it was released on the Tom Ford Noir line. But it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite from the Noir line that I've smelled thus far. And this is right up my alley, at least off the open. I get a lot of that real uniqueness and avant-gardeness, and that's what I kind of like and what I really crave sometimes in a fragrance. I don't want to just smell like shower gel all the time. Sometimes I just want something a little bit more challenging, a little bit more intriguing. Well, I'm really curious to see how this evolves over its duration, so I'm going to step aside, come back to you, and give you a report on how it develops and also how well it performs. So stick around, I'll be right back. We're back! It's been a little less than an hour, and it's pretty well tamed as of now. To me, I get woods, even though there's no wood notes listed. I'm picking up a lot of different woods, and it could just be the earthiness from the patchouli or the violet leaf that's making me feel that way, but it smells really woodsy to me, but like a real damp, forest, earthy, dirty woods type of thing. It hasn't changed a lot over its duration as far as the smell goes, but for an eau de toilette, it actually performs pretty well, at least on my skin. I think it's just because it has a very dark and dense nature to it. It's not a full-blown beast, which is actually a good thing in this case. This is probably a scent that you don't want to blast people with, but the longevity sticks around pretty well, and I think it's just so different. So I think my final thoughts would be, I wouldn't consider it blind buy safe just because it is quite challenging and some people may not like this type of scent profile. So if you're intrigued, I suggest you try to hunt down a sample. If you really like avant-garde, weird, different, unique things, if you love Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite, for instance, it's green, earthy, woodsy, minerally, damp, dark, dense, damn-a-lamma ding-dong. I don't know how many more D names can I use to describe this. It doesn't smell like I don't know, I'm sorry. I absolutely love this. Even if it's not the strongest performer, honestly, that's a good thing, I think, because it's pretty intense and a little bit challenging and very unique. If that sounds good to you, I think you should give it a try. And it makes me really want to try the flankers, Bleu Noir, and of course, Bleu Noir Parfum. And I kind of wish that this came in an eau de parfum or parfum concentration, but I can't complain. For an EDT, it's got legs. It's just another reminder of why we love the art of perfumery so much. These little surprises, why we love things that are so unique and things that stand out and put you in a crazy mood. Like, to me, this scent is kind of sad almost. As if this scent is feeling the weight of the world on its shoulders. That kind of mood where you're in, where you're just like, man, there is so many things out there in the world that are rough and that are really bad, but I'm so grateful for the life that I have. I'm getting really philosophical here, but that's what it does to me. That's the kind of mood that it puts me in, but I really, really dig that. I think that's part of the reason I love perfumery so much. It puts you in a mood. It just affects your brain in such a cool way. And I can feel it. It's definitely affecting me. It's lighting everything up. So well done once again, Francis Kirkjohn. I'm so not surprised. Something that you created, I love, and well done to you for hanging out with me till the end of the video. If you like this content, why don't you give us a like? Ding the bell to enable notifications, because it really helps the channel with the algorithm. Oh, algorithm gods, bless this video with an abundance of views. Also, if you haven't already, why don't you subscribe? Stick around. It's a good time over here. And if you also want to really help the channel, send this out to your friends. You got any friends that are really into avant-garde fragrances? They might find this information useful. And of course, if you would please leave me a comment. I would love to have a chat about this or any other type of fragrances out there that really trigger your emotions in a really crazy way. But most important of all, don't forget to stay smelly. I'll see you on the next one. The doctor is out.